Have you ever taken a sip of cold water right after waking up and felt like something's just off? Maybe your stomach tightens. Maybe you feel a little dizzy or get a weird chill in your chest. You might shrug it off and say, "Guess I just need more sleep." But here's the thing. It's probably not the sleep. It's the way you're drinking water. For people over 60, what used to feel energizing can make their bodies tense up. I've seen it happen time and again. Your body needs a softer start in the morning, not a shock. A small shift, like switching to room temperature water, can help your whole system feel more balanced. So before you reach for that ice-cold glass, take a moment. Ask yourself, is my body ready for this? It might be time to try a gentler approach and see what a difference that makes. Hey there, if you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, this video is especially for you. You've probably heard the advice, drink water first thing in the morning. It's healthy, and while that's true in general, the details matter, especially as we get older. Our bodies change, digestion slows down, hormones shift. Even how we process fluids is different from how it was in our 30s or 40s. Take my aunt, for example. She thought she was doing everything right, but her morning water habit left her feeling queasy. Turned out, it was just about timing and temperature. Today, we're going to look at 5 common mistakes older adults make when drinking water in the morning, and 2 easy ways to fix them. It's not complicated, but it can make a big difference in how you feel. So let's dive in. Let's take a moment to think about what's happening inside your body when you first wake up. After 6, 8, maybe even 10 hours of rest, your system is slowly coming back online. Your heart rate is low. Your blood pressure is just starting to rise. Your stomach is empty and your muscles are still relaxed. It's a sensitive time. Then we grab a big glass of water, maybe cold, maybe too fast, and send it straight down. We think, great, I'm being healthy. But for many older adults, that sudden rush is a shock to the system. I've had people tell me they felt lightheaded or bloated after their morning drink, but never made the connection. One woman I know thought she was having blood sugar crashes. Turns out, she was just flooding her system too fast with water on an empty stomach. What worked when you were 30 doesn't always work now. That's not a failure. It's just your body asking for a different rhythm. And the good news is, once you know better, you could do better. Small changes. Big difference. Let's talk about a habit that seems harmless but can be pretty rough on your system as you age. Drinking ice-cold water right after you wake up. Now I know what you're thinking. Cold water feels refreshing, especially when you're groggy or waking up in the heat of summer. A lot of people say it helps them feel alert, like it jumpstarts their day. And that might have worked perfectly well when you're 30 or 40. But if you're over 60, your body has changed. It does not handle shock the same way it used to. When you sleep, your body enters a state of rest and repair. Your organs slow down, your blood vessels constrict slightly, and your stomach goes quiet. So, when you suddenly hit it with a glass of cold water, it's like flipping a switch too fast. Your digestive muscles tighten, your blood vessels may constrict even more, and your system reacts like it's under stress. That quick jolt, it's not energy. It's your body bracing for impact. Let me share a quick story. There's a woman named Eleanor. She's 76, sharp as ever, and has a morning routine she swore by. Every day, she drank a big glass of ice water straight from the fridge. Said it helped wake up her throat and clear her head. But over time, she started noticing some strange symptoms. Her hand would get cold, her stomach would tighten up, and she'd feel sluggish for hours. At first, she thought it was just aging or maybe something she ate. But nothing else in her routine had changed. So, she mentioned it to her doctor, and he suggested one simple change: leave the water out overnight. Let it come to room temperature. Or even better, try warm water with lemon. Eleanor gave it a shot. Within a week, she felt completely different. Her mornings were smoother. No more cramps. No more freezing fingers. She felt lighter, calmer, and more balanced. That small shift, changing the temperature of her water, helped her body transition into the day instead of shocking it awake. And honestly, that's what it comes down to. When we're younger, our systems bounce back fast. But with age, we need to be a little more intentional, a little more gentle. That doesn't mean fragile. It just means wiser. So, if you're someone who still reaches for that cold glass out of habit, take a pause tomorrow. Try room temperature water. Let your body ease into the day instead of slamming into it. You might not notice a huge change on day one, but give a few mornings. Pay attention to how you feel. Your digestion, your energy, your mood. Sometimes the best health advice isn't about adding something new. It's about adjusting what you already do and making it work better for the body you have today. Another benefit of warm or room temperature water is how it supports your digestive enzymes. When your core temperature stays steady, your stomach can do its job more efficiently. Cold water can slow down digestion, making it harder for your body to process the first meal of the day. You don't need to overhaul your whole routine. Just change one glass of water. The rest of your body will take care of the rest. Let's move on to another habit that might seem harmless but can throw your body off balance. Drinking water too fast or in big gulps, especially first thing in the morning. You wake up, you feel thirsty, maybe even a little dry mouth. The glass of water is right there, and before your feet even touch the floor, it's already empty. Sounds familiar? Now here's what's going on. When you sleep, your body shifts into rest and repair mode. Your heart rate slows down, your blood pressure drops, and your digestive system takes a break. Then suddenly, you hit it with a flood of water all at once. That kind of sudden intake can confuse your system. You might feel bloated, a little dizzy. Some people even notice a weird flutter in their chest. And most of the time, they don't think it's the water. But it is. Drinking too quickly doesn't give your stomach a chance to prepare or process. It expands rapidly. It can create pressure. Your kidneys may kick into overdrive, trying to handle the sudden load. Electrolytes shift fast. For someone over 60 whose systems are already a bit more sensitive, this can throw you off for the rest of the morning. Let me tell you about Walter. Walter, a retired football coach, is no stranger to structure and routine. Every morning, he'd drink an entire bottle of water before doing anything else. He thought it was the right thing to do. Hydration first. But he started feeling dizzy in the mornings. Sometimes his balance fell off. Other times, he'd get this uncomfortable pressure in his chest. His doctor ran tests. The heart was fine. Blood pressure was stable. No obvious problems. Then they talked about his morning routine. Once he slowed down his water intake, just sipped slowly over 15 to 20 minutes, everything changed. The dizziness stopped. His energy leveled out, and he felt way more stable moving into the rest of the day. Here's the takeaway. Your body doesn't want to be flooded first thing. It wants to be eased in, like starting a car and letting the engine warm up before hitting the gas. Sipping allows your organs, especially your digestive system and kidneys, to adjust. It gives your blood pressure time to regulate, and it makes a big difference in how you feel, not just physically, but mentally too. Think about it. When you chug a glass of water, it's usually rushed. Maybe your mind's already on the to-do list. But when you sip, you're present. You're giving your body a message. I'm paying attention. So, tomorrow morning, try something different. Sit up. Take a breath. Sip your water like you're enjoying it, not rushing through it. Put the glass down between sips. Get 15 minutes. See what happens. You might be surprised how something so small can make you feel so much better. And once you feel the difference, you'll never want to go back. Let's talk about something a lot of folks do without even thinking twice. Drinking water from a plastic bottle that's been sitting out overnight. It feels convenient, right? You keep a bottle by your bed, take a few sips if you wake up thirsty, and then polish off the rest first thing in the morning. No need to walk to the kitchen. Easy. But here's the part that most people don't realize. That plastic bottle, if it's been sitting out all night, especially in a warm room or next to a lamp, it could be leaching chemicals into your water. You might have heard about BPA. That's one of the more well-known ones. It stands for bisphenol A, and it's used in many types of plastics. Even if your bottle says BPA-free, there are other chemicals like BPS or phthalates that can still leach out when the plastic gets warm or starts to break down over time. These chemicals are known as endocrine disruptors. That means they can interfere with your hormones, your thyroid, your metabolism, your blood sugar, and even your sleep. And the tricky part? You might not notice the effects right away. But over time, little things start to change. You feel more tired. Your digestion feels off. You get more headaches. Your mood shifts. And you can't quite put your finger on why. Let me tell you about Stanley. He is 78 and has always been great about staying hydrated. He'd fill up a plastic bottle every night, leave it on his nightstand, and drink it first thing in the morning. At first, everything seemed fine. But after a few months, Stanley noticed something was off. He was getting dull headaches more often. He felt bloated even when he ate lightly. And despite sleeping through the night, he woke up already feeling drained. His doctor ran some basic tests. Nothing alarming. But after chatting with a nutritionist, they looked at his environment and daily habits. That old plastic bottle turned out to be the culprit. It was being reused for months. Left out, sitting next to a warm lamp. Stanley switched to a glass bottle. Simple. Easy. And within 2 weeks, his headaches eased, his digestion improved, and his energy picked up. Nothing else had changed. Just the bottle. Here is the takeaway. Your liver and kidneys already work hard. They filter out everything. Adding chemical residues from plastic every morning, that is extra stress your body does not need. And this is not about perfection. If you drink from a plastic bottle every once in a while, it is not the end of the world. But if it is daily and the bottle is old or has been sitting out, that adds up over time. So, tomorrow morning, give your body a break. Use a glass or stainless steel bottle. Fill it fresh. Keep it cool. It is one of the simplest swaps you can make, and one your body will appreciate. Let's talk about something that doesn't get nearly enough attention. How we take our medications in the morning and what we wash them down with. A lot of people wake up, reach for their pills, and then gulp down a full glass of water without thinking twice. Sometimes there is no food in their stomach. Other times, they just had breakfast. Either way, it seems simple, right? But here's where things get tricky. Some medications are meant to be taken on an empty stomach. Others should be taken with food. And the amount of water you drink with them can make a real difference. Take Margaret, for example. She is 80 years old and has been taking thyroid medication for years. Every morning, she took her pill and drank a big glass of water right after waking up. Then she would wait a while before breakfast. It seemed like a healthy routine. But suddenly, she started feeling nauseous in the mornings. No change in her meds. No change in her diet. She thought it might be something she ate the night before, or maybe just part of getting older. But after a checkup, her doctor asked how she was taking her medication. When she explained a full glass of water, he suggested a change. Just take a few small sips instead, enough to swallow the pill. Then wait at least 30 to 45 minutes before eating. That one adjustment made all the difference. The nausea went away. Her digestion felt more settled. And surprisingly, her next round of blood work came back even better than before. The truth is, your stomach lining is sensitive in the morning. When you add medication, then a rush of water, and maybe food on top of that, it can feel overwhelming. You might get heartburn. You might feel bloated or foggy. And you might think, maybe the meds just don't agree with me. But sometimes it is not the meds. It is how you are taking them. This is especially important for medications like thyroid hormones, certain antibiotics, blood pressure pills, and bone health supplements. They all have different needs when it comes to timing, water, and food. And let us not forget, our bodies change as we age. What worked fine 10 years ago might need a tweak now. So next time you take your morning medication, try this. Sit up, take a few calm sips of water, swallow the pills slowly. Then give your stomach a little time before breakfast. Let prepare. If you have been feeling off in the mornings and cannot figure out why, this might be worth looking at. It is not a huge change, but it could make a huge difference in how you feel. Sometimes the smartest health move is simply being more gentle. Now let's talk about something a lot of people over 60 have started doing: skipping breakfast and just drinking water in the morning. Maybe you read about intermittent fasting online, or maybe you just don't feel hungry right when you wake up. You think, I'll just drink some water and wait until lunch to eat. And sure, that might work fine for some younger folks or people following a strict plan. But for older adults, it can backfire. Here's why. When you sleep, your body goes without food for 7 to 10 hours. That's a long time. Your blood sugar drops. Your brain starts looking for fuel. Your muscles get stiff. Your body needs nutrients to get going, not just hydration. Water is great. It rehydrates your cells and gets your digestion moving, but it does not replace actual food. If you drink water, then sip coffee and skip breakfast altogether, you might be setting yourself up for a slow, foggy morning. Let me tell you about Alice. Alice is 69, active, smart, and always up on the latest health trends. She read an article about fasting and decided to give it a try. For a few weeks, she skipped breakfast, just had water and coffee. At first, she felt lighter and even dropped a couple of pounds. But then she started forgetting things, misplaced her keys, repeated stories. She felt drained by 10 in the morning and had trouble focusing. Her daughter noticed and gently brought it up. Alice thought she might be experiencing early signs of memory trouble, but her doctor checked her out and found no cognitive decline. Instead, the issue was simple. Her brain needed fuel. She added a small breakfast back into her morning. Just a boiled egg, a piece of toast, and some fruit. Within days, her clarity returned. She felt sharper, more grounded, and more like herself again. Skipping breakfast had taken away the energy her brain and body needed to function properly. That is the thing about food in the morning. It does not have to be a big meal. You're not trying to load up. You're just giving your body what it needs after a night of fasting. Even a handful of nuts, a spoonful of peanut butter on whole grain toast, or some plain yogurt with fruit can do wonders. So if you have been skipping breakfast, thinking it is a healthy habit, take a moment to check in with how you really feel. Tired? Unfocused? A little irritable? That might not be the age. It might be hunger in disguise. Start small. Add something nourishing to your morning. Pair it with your water. And notice what shifts. Your body does not want less. It wants balance. And a balanced breakfast might be the missing piece. Let's talk about how you begin your day. Not just what you drink or eat, but how you move, how you breathe, and how you treat your body in those first few minutes after waking up. Because here is the truth. Mornings set the tone. And as we get older, the way we start the day can either lift us or leave us dragging. You know those mornings when everything feels rushed? You get out of bed too fast, your balance is off, your stomach is tight, and your mind feels foggy. That is your body saying, slow down. Now, think about a different kind of morning. One where you sit up in bed slowly. Take a few deep breaths. Stretch your arms. Maybe roll your shoulders. You reach for a glass of warm water and sip it gently. You stand up slowly, give your body a minute to adjust, and then move into your morning at a calm pace. It makes a big difference. I once talked to a retired teacher named Frank. He told me his mornings used to be a mess. He would wake up, rush to take his pills, drink cold water too fast, skip breakfast, and wonder why he felt exhausted by 9 a.m. Then his physical therapist gave him a simple 5-step routine. Sit up slowly, breathe, stretch, sip water, eat something small. That was it. He gave it a try for 1 week. By day 3, his balance was better. His energy was steadier. His mood, brighter. Our bodies respond to rhythm. And a gentle rhythm in the morning tells your nervous system you're safe. We're starting slow. So here is your invitation. Create your own 5-step morning flow. Keep it simple. It could be as easy as sit up, stretch, sip warm water, step outside for fresh air, and eat a little breakfast. Write it down. Put it by your bed if you need a reminder. And tomorrow, when you wake up, give yourself those few extra moments of care. Because the way you start your day is the way you carry it. Even 2 extra minutes of quiet in the morning can help lower stress levels, improve digestion, and support better focus throughout the day. It is not about being perfect. It is about being present. Now, let's take a step back and think about something bigger. Water has not changed. It is the same as it has always been. But you have changed, and that is not a bad thing. It just means your body has been through a lot. It has worked hard for decades, and now it is asking for something different. A softer approach, a gentler rhythm. Back in your 20s or 30s, you could drink anything, anytime, and bounce right back. Cold water, fast drinking, skipping meals, no problem. But now, your system responds differently. That does not mean you're doing something wrong. It means your body is paying closer attention, and maybe it is time for you to do the same. I once met a woman named Darlene, 74 years old, full of energy and wisdom. She told me she used to be hard on herself. If she felt tired or bloated, she would push through it. Drink more coffee, skip meals, power on. But then she had a simple realization. Her body was not failing her. It was just trying to get her attention. So she started listening. She swapped cold water for warm. She slowed down her mornings. She ate when she felt hungry, not just when the clock told her to. And everything shifted. Her energy became steadier. Her mood is more even. Her days are more joyful. That is what this is really about. Not rules, not guilt, not doing everything perfectly, just awareness. When you feel bloated after water, or foggy without food, or off balance after your morning routine, it does not always mean something is wrong. It might just mean your body is asking for a different kind of care. So if something we talked about today hits home, try not to brush it off. Try listening instead, because this stage of life is not about pushing harder. It is about learning to move with more grace, more ease. You're not fragile. You're experienced, and experience comes with wisdom if we choose to hear it. Let your routine evolve with your body. It is not about doing less. It is about doing what truly serves you. Here's what it all comes down to. You do not need a dozen new rules or some complicated health routine to feel better. Sometimes, one small shift can change your whole day. And for many older adults, that shift starts with how you drink water in the morning. It is not just about hydration. It is about how you treat yourself. With patience, with care, with the kind of attention your body truly deserves. I have seen people go from feeling bloated and sluggish to energized and balanced, simply by adjusting when and how they drink water. Warm instead of cold, sips instead of gulps, paired with a little breakfast instead of nothing at all. These are not big, flashy changes, but they are powerful. So ask yourself, what would it feel like to start the day with ease instead of effort? Because when your mornings feel good, your whole day flows better. And you deserve that. Thanks for spending this time with me. You have made it through a lot in life. Your body has been with you every step of the way, and it is still doing its best to support you. So if something in this conversation made you pause, that is a good thing. It means you're still learning, still growing, still showing up for yourself. Tomorrow morning, Take one small step. Try one change. It could be as simple as sipping your water instead of chugging it, or adding a small breakfast to your routine. You do not need to be perfect, just present, and your body will thank you for that. Every single day. If something in this video made you think differently or help you in some way, consider sharing it with a friend or loved one. You never know who might be dealing with the same things quietly. And if you want more simple, down-to-earth tips like this, go ahead and hit subscribe. We're all learning together, one small step at a time. Your health matters. Your comfort matters. And yes, you still matter more than ever.